A2 alpha beta 1, আচ্ছা আপনি একটু নোটটা গুলো সবাইকে শেয়ার করে দেন, হ্যাঁ? দেন A alpha beta 2, then alpha beta 3, and dot alpha beta n. Suppose this is your production rule. Suppose this is your production rule, and your expected input is alpha beta 3. Your expected input is alpha beta 3, and if you look the production rule, there is a common alpha, there is a common alpha, is it? There is a common
Yes,
alpha, and
Yes,
we
sir.
know that it can actually scan only one character like that. So your input is actually alpha beta 3, so the first one is alpha. So when your system actually need to choose, then there is alpha, there is alpha, there is alpha, there is alpha. That means there is more than one alpha. That means your system will be confused which one it should choose. That's why it will choose the first one, and that is actually A. That means alpha beta 1, like that. Hello?
Sir,
Ji,
why
sir.
first one?
Hello?
Sir,
Hello?
why first one?
কারণ দেখেন এখানেও আলফা আছে, এখানেও আলফা আছে, এখানেও আলফা, সব জায়গায় আলফা আছে, তাই না?
Sir,
এভরিহোয়ার
আমি ক্লাস থেকে শুরু করতে পারি।
হ্যাঁ করতে পারেন। এটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি ট্রায়াল এন্ড এরর দিয়ে হবে, মানে একটা ট্রাই করবে, না হলে আরেকটা ট্রাই করবে, এটা হলো মেইন কনসার্ন এখানে, বুঝছেন?
ওকে স্যার।
বুঝছেন? So at first alpha beta 1, but this is not our expected input. Our expected input is alpha beta 3, so it need to backtrack. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we discussed all those things. So again actually alpha beta 2, but this is not also actually our actually input. So again you need to backtracking, then alpha beta 3, then this one, okay, then this one. So when there is common thing, that at the leftmost, when there is common thing at the leftmost, it produce confusion for your system. And this one is known as actually common prefix problem. And when in the production rule there is a common prefix problem, you need to just backtrack multiple times. So now we are trying to construct actually predictive parser, and we know that predictive parser without backtracking. That means these types of grammar is not accepted in case of predictive parser. That means you need to change this grammar. That means you need to change this type of actually common prefix problem. Is it? You need to solve the problem of common prefix problem. Got it, everyone?
Sir, which one is common prefix problem?
This one. That is alpha. That means there is a common prefix. So do you know about prefix and suffix? Prefix means
Yes, sir.
prefix. So there is a common prefix everywhere. So this is known as common prefix problem. So this production rule has common prefix problem. You need to solve this problem, common prefix problem, because if your production rule has common prefix problem, so you need to actually backtrack multiple times. So this is actually is not efficient, and we know that in predictive parser actually without backtracking. So if in the grammar there is actually common prefix problem, you need backtrack. But now we want to get those type of grammar where no backtrack. So this common prefix problem you need to solve. This
Yes,
common
sir.
problem you need to solve. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Just a minute. Alpha beta 1, then alpha beta 2, alpha beta 3, dot alpha beta n. So you can solve this problem of common prefix problem by replacing this production rule with, so A 2. So what is our common prefix? That is alpha. Our common prefix is alpha. So you need to write alpha, then A dash. Okay, and A dash 2 beta 1 beta 2, beta 3, dot beta n. So our input was this one, alpha beta 3. So now try to generate this input with those production rule. So at first a to alpha a dash. So there is no confusion. A to alpha a dash, and then a dash a to just a bit, a to alpha a dash, and a dash to beta 3, because now the next character is beta 3 and there is only one beta 3 at first. So you can easily actually take this one, that is beta 3. So there is no actually confusion. But in this production rule, every place alpha at first, so there is a confusion which one we should take. But this type of problem is not present in those production rule. So we can replace this production rule with those production rule to solve common prefix problem. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Because if we use those production rule, no confusion, because from alpha dash you go beta 1, beta 2, beta 3. Those are actually different, not same. Okay, everyone? Okay, so look at this. So suppose, and it is not mandatory that all the production rule has common prefix problem. So suppose this one, actually if you consider from A, so actually this part has common prefix problem, but this one don't have any common prefix problem. This one actually gamma. So actually there is a common prefix problem because there is alpha, there is alpha, there is alpha. Okay, so there is this part has common prefix problem and this part has don't common prefix problem. So you need to change this part, and this part is as usual. So look at this. So a to alpha a dash and gamma as usual, just same, and then a dash to beta 1, beta 2, dot beta n. So if you replace this production rule with those production rule, then the left factoring problem is solved. Okay, let's take an example. Consider this production rule. Is there any common prefix?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
IETS. And always. So there is no common prefix problem. There is no common prefix problem, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And always try to take largest. Always try to take largest prefix. So IETS, this is the largest prefix, and you just try to take more and more production rule, and there is actually 1 and 2 production rule. If it is possible, then take more production rule. I will give an actually homework, no problem, after this one. So always try to actually take at first more production rule than longest prefix at first. So here is, suppose there is 2, so that is 2 and the longest prefix is IETS. Okay, so this one actually our alpha, this one is our alpha, IETS, that means common prefix. Okay, common prefix
Yes,
is
sir.
alpha. Yes. And actually what is actually then actually beta actually epsilon. There is nothing means actually your beta actually epsilon. So that is the beta 1. Okay, epsilon is beta 1, is it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this one is actually alpha, and this one actually is your beta 2,
2.
and this one is actually your gamma, is it? So now and there is no common prefix problem, so no problem with this one, same, just change. So S2 at first alpha a dash, and alpha is actually IETS. Alpha is IETS, is it?
Yes, sir.
And H dash means actually so A dash means actually here A means S. So this is the A, that means H dash. Okay, then just a minute, then this gamma, then this gamma, and gamma is A. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then a dash 2 beta 1 beta 2 dot dot beta n. So s prime, that is a prime 2 beta 1. What is beta 1? Beta 1 is epsilon. Beta 1 is epsilon.
Yes, sir.
Beta
Yes,
1
sir.
and beta 2 is actually es. So this is actually our left factoring. So if you consider left recursion or left factoring, it is very important to identify a, alpha, beta. When you are able to identify alpha, beta and a, then just memorize those formula. Just memorize those formula and just simply apply those formula. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Just a minute, I want to give an actual homework. Just a minute. And it is very easy, I think. Easy or not? Easy or not?
Sir, confusing.
Confusing, why? হ্যাঁ বলেন প্লিজ। ও সিগমাটা কেন দেখেন, এটা চিন্তা করেন, think about this one. So this one actually our common prefix, and that is not sigma, that is actually epsilon. So this is your common prefix. This is your common prefix. So this is known as alpha, this is known as alpha. So this one known as alpha. So anything with alpha, that is actually beta. So anything with alpha, that is beta. But there is with alpha there is anything, with alpha there is anything, no, that means there is epsilon. So there is actually epsilon, and that means that is beta is actually epsilon. So as you actually perform, as there is alpha, that means there is obviously a beta. Okay, for this left factoring, as there is alpha, that means you need beta, and beta is nothing, that's why beta 1 is actually epsilon. Okay, got it? And with this alpha there is a beta 2, that is actually es, is it? Hello, look at the formula, alpha then beta 2. Fuad, yes. So actually, and then if you think the second line of the formula, a dash 2 beta 1 beta 2 beta n. So a dash means actually here a means s. That means s dash 2 beta 1. What is beta 1? Beta 1 is actually epsilon. And what is actually beta 2? That is es. And normally epsilon is right at the actually at the last. That's why this is like this one. But this one is also okay. Okay, everyone got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is your homework.